歡迎大家收睇熒幕八爪魚，祝福大家2024有個美好嘅開始。正所謂萬事就起頭難，不過咧有個好嘅開始就等於成功咗一半㗎啦，大家都要一齊加油啊！好啦，今集我哋首先帶大家睇下一隊香港嘅女子樂隊 Fairchild 嘅專訪，佢同大家一齊分享下佢哋點樣由中學嘅時代就一齊開始向住自己嘅夢想一直進發。
各位熒幕八爪魚嘅觀眾，大家好，我哋係 Fairchild。咁我哋係嚟自香港嘅6位全女樂隊啦。咁我哋主要玩嘅風格就係 metal 嘅。
我哋呢個團名 Fiesta 咧係嚟自一個西班牙文啦。咁佢嘅串法咧係 Fiesta， 意思咧係代表嘉年華嘅。咁當時咧我就想成為一個帶歡樂俾人嘅人啦。咁所以我哋將個 A 字咧改咗做 ER， 當作係一個人稱咁樣。
咁我係呢隊 band 嘅主音啦，我叫 Alison 啦。咁咧，我就係負責呢隊 band 嘅一啲可能創作上面啊，或者創意方面嘅嘢嘅。
咁我係鼓手 Sophia 啦，咁我喺個隊裏面嘅角色咧就係負責揸流灘嘅，就係翹埋雙手唔做嘢嘅。到 Coco，OK，
我幫佢補習下啦。其實唔係嘅，佢喺隊 band 裏面算係智者嘅角色嚟嘅，好多重要嘅決定咧都係交俾佢嘅。咁我就係 Coco 吉他手啦，咁我就喺隊 band 裏面算係一個音樂擔當啦。
咁我係吉他手 Iris 啦。咁我平時喺隊 band 入邊嘅角色咧，主要係財務上面嘅處理啦。
咁我係 Fiesta 嘅 bass 手 Amy 啦。咁我喺一隊 band 咧最主要做嘅角色咧就係緩和氣氛嘅角色啦。因為最主要咧就係隊 band 嘅工作嘅情況咧，就有時會比較緊張，亦都大家都好勤力嘅。咁我就佢哋當中互相之間嘅潤滑劑啦。
Keyboard 手 Kelly 咧，佢係一個冇常識擔當，
零生活智慧擔當，
係啦，即係連安全帶都唔識戴嘅。
咁咧，Fiesta 就大概喺2019年咧就開始認真做音樂啦，或者可以用出道呢個字眼去形容我哋當時嘅發展啦。咁作為一隊獨立樂隊，我會話係呢件事係的確係難嘅，因為一開始我哋起步嘅時候，好多嘢都會冇方向，但係亦都正正係你冇方向，亦都可以有好多唔同嘅可能性。咁所以我就覺得而家我哋呢一個嘅玩呢個音樂呢樣嘢咧，我哋唔能夠預算，但係我哋做呢樣嘢好開心咯。
Fiesta 由即係好細個10幾歲開始啦，咁就開始夾 band，我哋呢班人。咁嗰陣嘅我哋主要都係用開心做一個我哋夾 band 嘅一個目的啦，或者目標啦。咁細個嘅時候就係玩任何嘅歌都係用一個玩嘅心態去做啦。咁亦都冇諗過我要影響人哋或者點樣。咁但係咧時間耐咗，我哋自己嘅經歷亦都多咗啦。咁喺呢段時間，我哋自己自身嘅經歷咧，其實都令到我哋去反思咗好多唔同嘅topic 啦。可能對於同朋友啦、同家人啦，或者係對於呢個社會上面嘅一啲諗法。咁所以咧，我覺得喺呢段時間，我哋嘅心態上面嘅轉變，係自我反省或者係一個思考嘅角度多咗咁樣咯。
我哋今次嚟溫哥華嘅主要目的咧，第一個超大嘅目的咧就係我哋嘅 Iris 吉他手結婚啦。咁我哋成隊 band 咧就過嚟參加佢嘅婚禮啦。第二個目的咧就係嚟到溫哥華呢個美麗嘅城市咧，就去拍我哋嘅 MV 啦。因為咧溫哥華我哋覺得咧好多地方我哋都覺得係值得紀念，同埋值得去俾香港嘅樂迷咧去觀賞或者去望到嘅，係啦。咁所以咧，我哋喺呢個新歌入邊咧，我哋新歌嘅名就叫 Bully， 係啦。咁譯做呢個普通話嘅話咧，就叫 Bully， 意思就係想表達咧就有關朋友之間嘅關係嘅。
咁樣其實呢個係我哋好大嘅突破嚟，因為以往我哋係冇諗過喺香港以外有發行嘅機會啦。咁今次可能藉住呢個訪問咧，向大家介紹下我哋呢個樂隊 Fiesta。咁嚟緊24年嘅發展咧，我哋希望再出多隻碟啦。因為其實喺我哋23年年頭咧，其實已經出咗一隻碟嘅。咁大碟名就係叫 Bonus 啦。咁然後咧，我哋希望新一年有一個，其實我哋每年都希望出到一隻碟嘅。我哋呢個係我哋每一年嘅目標啦。但係 我哋出道嗰頭1-2年咧，就係因為疫情嘅關係啦，又延誤咗嘅，咁所以我哋希望24年又可以出到一隻大碟啦。
同埋希望到時有機會帶住呢隻大碟嚟到溫哥華再演出。
2024年嘅新歷咧就開始咗差唔多1個禮拜啦，但係講到農曆年咧就仲有差唔多1個月左右。其實農曆呢個叫法咧都喺東亞地區比較廣泛使用，其他地區咧就有其他叫法嘅，不過通常咧都係統稱做陰歷嘅。跟住落嚟就帶大家睇下一個同原住民仲有曆法有關嘅展覽啊！唔知大家仲記唔記得就嚟過去嘅呢個農曆年係有閏2月嘅呢？亦即係話呢個農曆年係有13個月亮週期咁解。呢種咁有趣嘅新曆舊曆分別，唔淨止係我哋華人先有㗎，其他歷史悠久嘅文化一樣存在。依家喺 Bill Reid Gallery 展出嘅13 Moons Around the Lake， 除咗用藝術角度嚟詮釋原住民同天地之間嘅聯繫，仲探討咗喺殖民時期佢哋所承受過嘅創傷、所失去嘅家庭聯繫，以及依家同未來點樣保護同埋傳承佢哋嘅文化。
So 13 moons around the lake is related to the cycle of the salmon. So this year in 2023, there are actually 13 full moons. So this exhibition is related to the salmon cycle, but it's also really inspired by the journey of Nadine Spence, who is the guest curator. So this is actually the 3rd year of this project, and she's hoping to go on for several more years. And is really interested in talking about her personal healing journey related to her family's trauma, but also kind of honoring the other healing journeys of other artists who are involved in the exhibition.
呢啲叫做 Bentwood chest 嘅箱，其實係西北海岸原住民特有嘅傳統物品。呢種箱以前就係用嚟收納物品嘅，包括儲藏飾物、聖物、衣物等等，甚至仲可以用嚟煮嘢食添。到依家就變成含有深層意義嘅物品，用嚟紀念原住民喺殖民時期經歷過嘅各種不公平對待。
This exhibition is actually based on a larger project called Honoring Our Grandmother's Healing Journey. It features the work of 8 artists who are painting on bentwood chests, and they're talking about their healing journeys with their grandmothers, focusing specifically on their grandmothers and how they inspired them in their lives. She also wanted to invite these other artists to also kind of work through their personal healing journeys. So she's invited Indigenous artists to paint on the bentwood chest, but she's also collaborated with non-Indigenous artists on this project, primarily focusing on the downtown east side and the residents there. There's a couple of Chinese artists who were working with her on this project, and there's other people of other descents, because our grandmothers are really something that everybody can relate to. Everybody has a grandmother, and it's a really personal kind of healing journey, but I really love the way that Nadine's kind of opened it up to bring other types of people into this conversation.
呢個包容性極強，既有提醒我哋女性偉大嘅展覽會展出至1月28號，大家要把握機會嚟睇下啦。藝術作品好多時都係反映咗生活裡面嘅重大事件，好似啱啱同大家睇咗嘅嗰個原住民展覽咧，就係其中一個例子啦。而喺過去疫情期間，其實都有好多藝術家創作咗反映佢哋疫情當下生活嘅作品㗎。最近喺 Lansdowne 天車站外展出咗一幅嚟自藝術家 Jasper Birdie 喺疫情創作嘅藝術攝影作品11小時2分鐘。作品中嘅圖像係 Birdie 喺疫情期間由屋企窗口影出去嘅天空。由於 Birdie 鍾情於創作帶有缺陷美嘅圖像，所以佢嘅作品通常都會用啲比較特別嘅物料加工製作而成嘅。今次都唔例外。
Originally, this was a photo transfer of an iPhone photo that she took from her home in Toronto. Photo process for Jasper Birdie is very important. Jasper Birdie is a Canadian artist who has practice that is split between Canada and Italy. What's interesting is that she was also affected by lockdowns because she had a residency in Milan, Italy when travel was about to be restricted. So she had to go home in Toronto and continue working from there. And from that situation arose a lot of problems that she had to solve as an artist, but also as somebody who's relied on a community both in Canada and also overseas. So she had to reconcile, well, now how do I do this? Now how do I work when the help I usually get from overseas is no longer at my disposal?
正係因為疫情而受到限制嘅情況下 ，Birdie 就靈機一觸，將佢哋創作方法轉一轉、扭一扭，最後佢就諗到將照片轉移到屋企嘅緊急保溫墊上面創作。所以你依家喺作品上係會睇到一啲嚟自保溫墊嘅金色紋理。
This art piece was interesting to me because as we look to images of suffering and challenges during a collective time of difficulty. We all experience difficulty at these times. Nobody was spared in the past 2 to 3 years. But I also wanted to focus also on hope, because the act of solution finding, the act of finding ways to do things differently is rooted in hope, rooted in the belief that things could get better. But in the meantime, this is how I do my work. This is how I do art. So I think in times of difficulty, we turn to art, we turn to visual art to find similar images that we're feeling, to find empathy, but also to find signs that things will get better.
冇錯，藝術創作係唔會俾任何嘢局限到嘅。即使疫情收窄咗大家嘅活動空間，藝術家都可以用替代資源去表達佢哋嘅想法。對 Birdie 呢個作品有興趣嘅朋友，有機會就一定要去 Lansdowne 睇下，尋找疫情期間嘅共鳴啦。藝術嘅價值真係好多元㗎，既係一種表現生活嘅媒介，亦係一種時代嘅指標。好多時藝術家喺生活裏面創造嘅藝術，唔單止係一件藝術品咁簡單，仲係一種時代嘅縮影，記錄咗當下嘅生活趨勢同埋價值觀。就好似呢兩集我哋同大家喺 Aberdeen 站介紹咗嘅作品展咁樣，就正係記錄咗過去疫情期間嘅一個縮影啦，意義重大又非凡。你話係咪啊 Cynthia？
係啊，寶，我都好認同呢個講法㗎。轉頭返嚟，我哋同大家去睇嘅 Fashion Art Toronto 都係一樣啊。當中會展示今年多倫多嘅設計師同藝術家引人思考嘅最新視覺想像。廣告之後，熒幕八爪魚。美國攝影師 Arnold Newman 曾經就喺二戰之後為唔少嘅明星、名人同埋政客拍攝人像照。安省美術館最新嘅展覽就用咗一系列攝於1938年同埋2000年間嘅照片，回顧返 Arnold Newman 嘅傳奇生涯。出生於1918年嘅 Arnold Newman 係一位美國著名嘅肖像攝影師，佢以獨特嘅攝影風格同埋藝術家以及名人獨到嘅視覺而聞名。佢嘅環境肖像係一種將人物納入到工作或者生活環境中嘅攝影風格嚟嘅。Arnold 嘅鏡頭唔單止捕捉到人物嘅外貌，更加着重於揭示佢哋嘅性格、工作環境同內在精神。呢種獨特嘅方法令到佢嘅肖像攝影脫穎而出，成為咗攝影史上廣為流傳嘅經典。安省美術館嘅一場展覽就以 Arnold Newman 為主角，由佢嘅作品出發，回顧20世紀到21世紀初嘅美國。
The exhibition represents a small selection from our very large collection of Arnold Newman photographs. We elected to focus on magazines. We really wanted to look at the way that magazines impacted his career, both influencing him as a young adult and then establishing his career and circulating his images. Arnold Newman did a lot of extensive research on each one of his sitters before he met them, and he incorporated that research into the photographs.
We're standing in the section called Focus on the Story, where we looked in depth at some of the photo essays that Newman was commissioned to create by various magazines. So we have here, for instance, portrait of Robert Oppenheimer from 1948 for Fortune magazine. Over here, a photo essay on scientists working at MIT in the early 1960s. And one of the things that was so exciting to discover was really how wide the range of people is that Newman photographed in his career. I knew very much about the artists he'd photographed, Picasso, Georgia O'Keeffe, Henry Moore, but to realize that he also photographed other important people, politicians like John F. Kennedy or Kwame Nkrumah, but also scientists like Robert Oppenheimer or Harold Edgerton or Claude Shannon, who himself was a part of creating, well, what we know as the internet. But if we look at this picture of Claude Shannon, you can see that you almost don't see him at all. You can see his face only behind this incredible network of circuits. And so you get the sense that there's something complicated, you get a sense that there's something new, but that also that there's someone who is an expert kind of behind, literally behind the functioning of all of this circuitry. I think from this picture you really want to learn more about who Claude Shannon is and why he made this picture this way.
Arnold Newman 相片展將會持續到1月21號，中意攝影嘅你記得去朝聖啦！迎接2024年嘅來臨，當然就要用特別嘅方式嚟迎接新挑戰啦！喺12月31號除夕夜當日，多倫多市民就用咗一場溜冰活動嚟慶祝新年新一頁嘅到嚟。你有晒，我有晒，大家除晒衫褲、除晒鞋，就唔係為咗享受陽光與海灘，而係喺嚴寒當中迎接新嘅一年啦。多倫多嘅北極熊溜冰活動，鼓勵參加者用最清涼嘅方式喺溜冰場大顯身手。
This is our 4th annual Polar Bear Skate. We're so happy to see it return. It's one of our favorite events all year round. And every year I'm just so amazed to see all these brave people strip down, take to the ice to celebrate the new year and to raise attention for a good cause. I think the new year is a time to be bold. It's time to say goodbye to the year that was and to set yourself new goals for the year to come. And the Polar Bear Skate has become a Toronto tradition, a Toronto New Year tradition, much like the Polar Bear Dip, where people brave the cold water. This is a chance to brave the cold elements on the ice. You can come to skate, you can come to watch, and of course, if you don't want to strip down for the skate, you're welcome to join on the ice as soon as the round is done. But it's just so good to get out in the elements, to enjoy the last day of the year, doing something recreational, active fitness, and we'd love to see the trail full all winter long.
參與溜冰嘅民眾着住泳衣或者內衣褲嚟溜冰。雖然天氣咁凍，但係氣氛照樣咁火熱啊
I'm freezing cold. I'm excited. It's looking forward to it. I hope I'm going to warm up once I start skating. But yeah, I think it's a great event.
It's our first time. Yes. Right now. We're excited.
Cold.
Enjoy your day.
Thanks, you as well. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
北極熊溜冰活動嘅主辦場所 The Bentway 係一個位於 Gardiner 橋底嘅公共休憩空間。呢度一年四季都有唔同嘅慶祝活動，就連冬天都唔例外㗎。呢度嘅溜冰場將會開放到2月19號。展望新嘅一年 ，The Bentway 亦都希望為多倫多人帶嚟更多歡樂同好玩嘅體驗啊！
Our extended hours for the winter season and the ice trail last for an extra week, so please come down from 12 to 9 anytime till January 7th. And then after that, there is free ice skate rentals on Fridays, free hot chocolate on Mondays, and if you are new to ice skating, you can come down for our drop-in lessons on Tuesday evenings as well.
多倫多時裝週 Fashion Art Toronto 係城中一個歷史悠久嘅時裝展覽活動。多年以嚟，活動為城中唔少嘅新生代時裝設計師提供咗展示自己嘅平台，俾佢哋喺舞台上面發光發熱啦！多倫多歷史最悠久嘅時裝週 Fashion Art Toronto 將佔據面積達2萬平方英尺嘅 Black Crate Assembly 工業倉庫變成咗時裝天堂。為期4日嘅時裝週活動，呈現咗超過40位設計師嘅 T 台 show。仲有加拿大藝術家、 以時裝為靈感嘅藝術裝置，同埋一系列嘅時尚同美容零售精品店展示。
Today, the highlight of the show is really all about elegance, gowns, experimentation. This season we have about 40 designers in the entire program. So anywhere from streetwear to ready-to-wear, couture, experimental, reworked designs. So we have a lot of different types of works this season.
多元、包容同埋支持，一直以嚟都係多倫多時裝週嘅宗旨。咁多年嚟，佢哋一直致力展示加拿大最創新同前衛嘅設計，挑戰創意極限，勇於質疑傳統風格觀念同埋時裝嘅定義。喺多倫多時裝週展示嘅唔少都係新生代設計師嘅作品，就好似呢個嚟自於滿地可嘅時裝品牌，就係以唔同嘅文化嘅傳統圖騰為靈感啦。設計師唔拘泥於各種傳統嘅時裝結構同埋設計，推陳出新，玩轉 fashion， 闊袍大袖、鏤空設計。呢啲大膽嘅元素擺喺唔同體型嘅 model 身上，都一樣可以吸引到眼球。18年嚟，多倫多時裝週一直都係加拿大最主要嘅時尚活動。除咗設計師，主辦方更加優先考慮 model 嘅多樣性。參與 catwalk 嘅 model 嚟自於不同背景，佢哋有唔同嘅膚色同身形。近年多倫多時裝週更加受到時尚界嘅認可，收穫到一眾國際主流時尚雜誌嘅報導。希望佢哋嚟緊越做越好，可以將多倫多變成北美嘅時尚熱點啊！恐龍一直都係令唔少大朋友、小朋友都非常之着迷嘅遠古生物。平時我哋喺展覽見到嘅恐龍都係化石。不過跟住落嚟，我哋就會親眼見到食肉嘅恐龍喎。各位恐龍迷有福啦！安省科學館嘅恐龍集地球 Dinos in Motion 展覽，為中意恐龍嘅你提供咗同呢種遠古生物互動嘅機會。呢度嘅金屬恐龍雕塑以真實化石為藍本創作，同埋使用回收材料建構而成嘅。裝置使用咗槓桿、滑輪同其他控制機械，令到呢班巨大嘅恐龍喐起嚟啊！同時亦都了解到動態創作背後令人着迷嘅科學原理，可以通過展覽更加深入了解到甲龍、梁龍同暴龍等等恐龍嘅生活同時代。
We're standing in the middle of Dinos in Motion, which is a temporary exhibition here, and it's a great way to explore, well, dinosaurs. It's been inspired by the work of John Payne, who's created these metal sculptures that move and can be manipulated so that you can engage with them and actually learn how to do it yourself. You can pull a lever or a pulley, turn a wheel. In fact, there's even game controllers, so you can electronically move the dinosaurs. So it's a chance to kind of learn some of the, you could say, kinetics, how to make a kinetic sculpture, learn some of the way to animate and animatronic. So there's some really great science behind it that you can get involved in as well. The artist who created these works of art has been careful. He's been inspired by the real skeletons found of dinosaurs, and so he made them very much life-size. So you'll find things that are, in some cases approximate, some cases very true to life. It's art. It's not accurate as in bone for bone, but it's quite beautifully done.
藝術當中蘊含豐富嘅科學原理，更加包括環保理念。創作呢啲大型裝置嘅藝術家，從回收物品中收集所需嘅金屬原料，再將佢哋變廢為寶，成為而家大家睇到嘅藝術品。各位大朋友、小朋友可以學習藝術家嘅創意，然後喺安省科學中心用學到嘅知識，製作屬於自己嘅機械雕塑，體驗創作嘅快樂啊！多得有科學家嘅努力，大家先至可以由唔同嘅角度回到過去，認識到曾經嘅地球霸主。阿寶，你對恐龍又感唔感興趣㗎？
我對恐龍都好有興趣嘅 Cynthia， 希望主辦方咧快啲過嚟溫哥華呢邊，等我都大開眼界啦。好啦，今集嘅時間又差唔多啦，下星期同樣時間，熒幕八爪魚再見啦 ，Happy New Year，拜拜。